grab a pen and paper immediately because this is the most important candle tip you're ever going to learn. Let's demystify candle math once and for all. Whether you're making 100 candles or just one, you can use this method to calculate your materials for any batch size. The first thing you need to do is determine the fill capacity of your chosen vessel. Most manufacturers will have information about how much volume a vessel will hold, but of course, you don't want to fill your candles all the way to the top, so start by making a test candle with just wax. I don't recommend filling your vessel with water to determine fill capacity because water has a different density to wax and will require you to do additional math to calculate the difference. So in the spirit of simplifying the numbers as much as possible, it's going to be easiest to determine fill capacity by using materials that will actually be in your candles. First, take your empty vessel and place it on your scales. Tear the scales to 0, set the metric to grams, and fill the vessel with molten wax. It's up to you how high you'd like to fill it, but I like to settle on the roundest number that still leaves about 1.5 centimeters of space at the top. It's a legal requirement to have the net weight of your product listed on the label, so I like for this to be a visually pleasing number for my customers, and in this case, it's 290. 290 grams is the net weight of my candle's wax and fragrance oil. Now that we have the net weight, we need to determine how much of that should be wax and how much should be fragrance oil. Let's say we want a fragrance load of 9%, which is common for most candles. Use the following formula to calculate the wax weight needed. Take 290, which is our net weight, and divide it by 1.09. That equals 266.05, which is how many grams of wax we need. Now take 290 and subtract 266.05. That equals 23.95, which is how many grams of fragrance oil is needed for a 290-gram candle that has a fragrance load of 9%. But maybe you want a fragrance load of 8% or 10% or 6.9%. I got you. Take the same formula as before, but replace the 1.09 with 1.08, 1.10, 1.069, etc. for different fragrance loads. Okay, that's how we do it for one candle, but let's take it to scale, shall we? Using the same example as before, a candle with a fill capacity of 290 grams, let's figure out how much wax and fragrance oil I need to make a batch of 25 for my business. Take 290 and multiply it by 25. That equals 7,250, which is the total weight of wax and fragrance oil needed for this batch. Now we just plug that into the same formula as before. Take 7,250 and divide it by 1.09. That equals 6,651.3, which is our wax weight. Now take 7,250 again and subtract 6,651.3. That equals 598.7, which is how much fragrance oil is needed for a batch of 25 candles. I made another video all about scented candles, including the difference between fragrance load and fragrance content. I